Welcome to Global Morning.
The death toll from flooding.
Most time our politicians just bring in policies too, for sure.
Incidentally, we have several more stories. Welcome to Global Morning.
The death toll from flooding.
Most time our politicians just bring in policies too, for sure.
Incidentally, we have several more stories.
The legislature was carefully crafted to
22.2% inflation rates as of April this year. What does that say about where we are as a country?
I think Nigeria has resorted to being resilient.
Before you call a police station, before they even leave, they'll take permission for.
I don't think there's really anything on ground to improve.
The struggle with ASU strike.
The Minister of Education volunteered and said, give me 2 weeks.
It was a lie. The president never gave me any deadline.
Good morning and welcome to Africa's finest breakfast show. It's Global Morning on Global Television, and we're indeed very excited to be part of your lives. The 31st day of July 2024. This obviously is the last day of this amazing month of July. I'm not alone. There's someone who stunned me this morning, and now I'm feeling like I've never known this person all my life. Surely people can turn beautiful.
Really?
And today is Africa Women's Day.
Yes, it is.
This is amazing.
Yes,
way
it
to
is.
launch
Yes, it is. We have to represent the African woman. It's very important. And you're saying this like we've not known ourselves over 50 years.
No, I don't know. I don't know the queen sitting by my side.
Oh, Anthony, you're just flattered.
No, I'm serious. You're looking stunning.
Oh, in the Hausa Palace, Nagode, so say. Thank you.
Oh boy, she looks even more beautiful. All right, that's how we tend to make our lives truly beautiful today.
Yes, we do.
Even though Africa's biggest black nation is warming up for something to be or not to be, is the talking point. We cannot shy away from the fact that August 1st seems to be a very important day in our lives. It's been brewing, coming.
Yes, it is.
And the Ahmed Bola Tinubu-led government has tried to dot all the I's and cross all the T's to ensure that Nigerians understand why this protest shouldn't go forward, even though on the other side of the divide, certain groups believe there should be a protest to air out their grievance, but in a very peaceful manner.
Yeah, very true.
And the Nigerian police have said they are going to protect every Nigerian who is going to be part of the protest, as long as you do it in a very peaceful manner and let your grievances be heard in a very civil way. Everything's going to be fine.
Yeah, very true, Anthony. But it's just unfortunate that some places like Lagos, they've not been peaceful. Some properties are being damaged and shops are being burned. As in, that's not what the protest was supposed to mean. The protest was supposed to pass on a message.
Yeah.
For as much as you want to protest, yes, it's your fundamental human right, but you can do it in a very peaceful manner, like you said, in a civil manner for your grievances to be passed on to the necessary authorities so that the needful should be done. As Nigerians, for me, this administration is trying as much as possible to create that balance to bring everyone along. Let's give kudos. At least we have the minimum wage, which is has been signed into law, and of course we know about the renewed hope agenda and all of these things. At least we should give kudos that the president is not folding his arms and sitting back and saying, let them do as they please, I do not care. But he wants to be part and parcel. He said it, that he has protested before for democracy, but it was done in a very peaceful manner. So let us try as much as possible to do it peacefully. It doesn't warrant all of these burning of properties worth millions of nairas. Really, at the end of it all, who is going to bear the brunt of all of these losses? It's still the masses in which you think you're fighting for, and it's just unfortunate that some of these miscreants will just take advantage of this whole protest and blow it out of proportion and do the worst by, endangering lives and property, which is unfortunate.
All right, and we're hoping our security agencies will do the needful. Do not play to the gallery. Do not get excited, trigger happy, and cause the loss of lives of Nigerians. So the polls, the Global TV survey polls shows the statistics of those who won the protest and those who are not in support of it.
And even undecided.
And undecided, you could see that survey. But I think the bottom line is, if you must protest, make it peaceful and civil, pass the message to the right channel. And for security agencies, make sure you do not incite the people with your actions. And for those who are making comments, make sure your comments do not tend to incite the people against the government. And for the government, I think this is a wake-up call for the government to know that people are reaching their burning limit. And so let it not be seen that it's only when there's a call for protest the government seems to
be active.
Be active.
Yes.
So be active from now till the end of time. It's going to be really positive for this great country, Nigeria.
Yes, it is. And just to add to what you just said, really there is hunger in the land.
True. We cannot pretend.
No, we cannot pretend of all the arms that everything is okay when it's not. And that is why people are coming out to protest. When, like we're saying, it's a fundamental human right. But as much as you want to, but really, let's look at it. Is protest the answer? Because we've seen a lot of issues where it's only when individuals of the society come out to say there's going to be a loot, or there's going to be, or you see things like this happening, that the government comes into action and next thing it happens for like a month or two, and then they go back into their old ways. But really, for as much as individuals in our society are coming out to protest, it is a wake-up call for government to see that a lot of people are going through trying and hard times, really. A lot of people cannot eat 3 square meals a day.
Even two.
A lot of children in secondary school, I just don't want to mention the particular secondary school that I know of, have actually pulled out their children from school because they cannot afford the fees. At the same time, fees, house rent, and then the electricity tariff. And when you go to the market, you buy something of 1,000 naira. The next thing you know, it's 3,000 naira. How can an individual who earns before the minimum wage was increased?
Even with the minimum wage, you still cannot do much.
But at least it is a starting point that the government has done something going forward, and they review every 3 years. At least that is a sigh of, okay, we're getting somewhere. For as much as individuals are coming out to protest, the government should at least sit back and see how best they can allow things go better. Because a lot of people are going through a lot. All they need, if you can just put enough food on the table, the means of livelihood is well in the right positions, job opportunities, light, and all of that, who will come out to protest?
The basic things is what Nigerians are asking for. They're asking for too much, and I think it's saddening that the government cannot see that what the people are asking for are not things of luxury, that is basic necessities.
Yeah, they're not luxury. Really.
Security, light, water, cost of living driven low, the fuel price, cut it low, electricity tariff low, and everybody's happy.
Everyone is happy.
And some people will say in some quarters, they can allegedly loot as much as they want if they provide Nigerians those basic needs. But when you don't provide those basic needs, and you keep saying, bear with us, manage, and we see you buying luxury cars, we see you traveling, we see you wanting to buy jets, it's annoying. Then the comments, I think the presidency also has to, as a matter of importance, gag those who make comments on the side of the government, as much as they want to seem to support Mr. President, which he needs, but they must say less. Like we had the daughter of Mr. President say they shouldn't protest, they warning people, like threatening them in Lagos and all that. Let people say, when your dad was on the other side of the divide, he was part of the protest.
But let's not forget.
Why would you now say people shouldn't protest?
Because
instead say peaceful protest, but don't make it look like they don't have the right.
No, I'm sure individuals understand that they have a right to protest. Like I said, it's a fundamental human right. It is a fundamental human right under the 1999 Constitution as amended. But the truth is, Anthony, is the outcome of the protest that people are afraid of. because we see that Nigerians come out and say, we are coming out to protest. In 2014 or so, there was a peaceful protest during the regime of President Goodluck Jonathan, and we saw people, they came out in the street, people were cooking, eating bright. That was a peaceful protest. But let's fast forward to the NSAS. We saw what that played out. From a peaceful protest, it became something else. It became something of the international bodies came into action. So it's not like the government do not want them to protest, but let it be peaceful. It's the fear of the outcome that is the problem. And we know how some miscreants in our society who are used to cause havoc, pain, destruction of lives and properties in our society. I see nothing wrong, well, as long as it is peaceful, your message is being passed in a civil manner. It's not like they're saying don't protest. It's just the outcome that everyone is afraid of.
The truth still remains, nobody has come out to say, okay, this protest were coming to carry guns, so we're just projecting. So we shouldn't make it look like those groups have come out to say, okay, we're coming out with guns and all that. So let's wish Nigerians the very best today. In the next 24, 48 hours, is going to be very crucial to Africa's biggest, or the world's biggest black nation, Nigeria. And so we'll be keeping our tabs and informing you what is playing out. And I think you want to go somewhere before we get some other news.
Of course, you know you want to go to the kitchen. And of course, up next is the segment Taste and Texture with Annabelle Chong Joseph. And I wonder what's cooking in the kitchen. And you know me, I'm never going to tell you what it is.
I'll tell you.
But funny enough, Anthony, I said what we're having last week. I said when I was here with Uyi, I practically came out and said, hey, it's pancakes. But today, nah, since you're tuning with me and wearing red, I'm not going to say today.
Especially knowing fully well that people are gearing up, and let's probably give them something surprising, something that will suit them. And we also did get a very sad story, but I think that will be, when we're out of the kitchen, we're going to share something nice.
Yeah. All right, up next is Taste and Texture. Don't touch that dial. It's Global Morning on Global Television. Stay tuned.
So let me tell you if you can get it tracked.
And welcome to Taste and Texture. Today, we'll be learning how to make boiled yam and egg stew. Yam is a starchy tuber that can be boiled, fried, roasted, or pounded. Yam is a staple food in Nigeria that can be eaten for breakfast. Yam with egg stew is a simple and tasty breakfast that consists of boiled or fried yam slices and a tomato-based stew with eggs. The stew can also include onions, peppers, and other spices. Yam with egg stew is a hearty and satisfying breakfast. Boiled yam and egg stew is very easy to make. Typically in Nigeria, we use tomatoes, Scotch bonnet chili, and onions in making this sauce. For the ingredients, making your boiled yam, you need tuber of yam enough to make 8 slices, 1 teaspoon salt and more if needed, tablespoon sugar optional. For the egg sauce, you need your eggs, your tomatoes chopped, spring onions, onion chopped, bell pepper chopped, vegetable oil, salt, seasoning cube, curry, thyme, garlic, and sausage. In making your boiled yam, you need to slice your yam into about 1-inch size and peel the skin off. Rinse in clear water till water runs clear and no residue in water. Put yam in a pan, add enough water to cover it, add salt and place on medium heat and cook till soft. Taste with a fork. If it goes through, then the yam should be soft enough. Drain water from yam and move on to making the egg sauce. In making the egg sauce, you need to break eggs into a shallow bowl. Whisk till egg whites and egg yolk are well combined. Add salt and whisk to combine, then set it aside. Place a frying pan on a medium-low heat. Add of vegetable oil. Heat for about 2 to 3 minutes. Add chopped onions, garlic, peppers. Allow it fry for about 2 minutes. Add salt, seasoning, curry, then add your tomato and sausage. This should sizzle and cook for about 4 to 5 minutes or till oil floats on the sauce. Stir to combine ingredients with sauce and also Avoid sauce sticking to the pan. Add whipped eggs to sauce and leave for about a minute before stirring. This will allow the egg to set a bit. Stir to scramble egg. Now, your egg sauce is ready. Serve egg sauce with boiled yam immediately. Thank you, and that's it for today on Taste and Texture. Bye!
All right, welcome back from that break, and yam, always my favorite.
Yeah, it's always my favorite too. Yam and egg sauce, right?
Yeah, yam.
Delicious, delicious, my best. And with the sausages and everything. Are you kidding me right now? In this
I've got this recipe that makes yam sweet.
No.
I won't share with you. It's my own secret recipe.
No, you don't know how to cook. Yeah. Don't mislead the public.
If you put, I know how to sweeten.
No, Anthony, no, you don't know.
I'm the best.
No, you are not the best
in Africa.
No.
Okay, I'll host you to dinner. Dinner after eating cakes, you have a running stomach.
Can you imagine?
Just feel your legs.
Of course, I think I know the secret recipe. I think it's the sugar you're talking about.
Okay. I give you that recipe one time like that.
No, you did not.
I give it to you.
I can't remember.
All right, let's give you some stories making the rounds on the foreign scene. Before we come back sweet home, where we're going to share one very interesting update with you. Let's talk about NATO as following threats by Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan against Israel. Israeli foreign prime minister in the person of Katz has called for Turkey to be expelled from NATO. Erdogan has made Turkey a member of the Iranian axis of evil, Mr. Katz said, adding that Turkey hosts Hamas. Mr. Katz called on all NATO member states to expel Turkey immediately. He said Turkey had massively violated NATO principles by threatening to invade a democratic Western country without provocation. The United States and the Western world must condemn Erdogan and stop his destructive activities. Let's look at what's playing out in terms of NATO, Israel, the Western world. Do you think it's time for the United Nations to do more for world peace so that Israel, alongside the US and other countries, begin to look at more of peace rather than war, instead of things escalating? I think the United Nations has to do more.
Yes, I think the United Nations need to do more, and I think they need to bring these countries together. Let there be a balance. Like, we disagree, and at the same time, we have to agree. So we cannot take everything you're not in line with in my country. I'm just giving an instance when it comes to these countries, US, and let's talk about Russia, China, all of these. When you talk about these issues, let's just come to a point. I think NATO really needs to do more, bringing all of these countries together. Let us try as much as possible to embrace peace. I'm a positive person, but they should. I know that their norms might not align with some of the countries, but coming together and say, okay, let's do it like this. You can have this and I can have this. You can have this and I can have this. Let be a balance. Yes, NATO really needs to do more in bringing peace back in these countries. Very important, really, because it's more of war we hear than peace. It's more of disagreement than agreement. So let us just try. NATO needs to do more as that intermediate body to these countries.
All right, let's look at today is the 31st day of July, so we're still celebrating African Women's Day.
Yes.
And for me, how would you describe African the African woman?
The African woman is strong. The African woman is an individual that brings people together. The African woman is a support. An African woman is someone that portrays who she is from her head to her toe. The African woman is graceful. The African woman is beautiful. So the African woman has all of these beautiful qualities, okay? So
I can agree any less. The African woman has brought the great African men you see everywhere around you. So we must give it to the African woman as we celebrate them today. And that takes us to...
You know why I'm giggling right now, Anthony? Because, you know, every Wednesdays you always... when I tell you it's a Women Crush Wednesday where we celebrate women...
Crush. It sounds more like dominating, like...
No, it's like a role model you're looking up to.
You're talking about crush.
Yeah, so
why the crush?
No, it's just like a woman that has done a lot when it comes to her terrain. They say it's a man's world, but the women, they're actually exploring and doing bigger and better things. So when you see a woman, it's like representing the woman folk, the woman pack. Like we see her, we celebrate, oh my God, that's a woman, oh yeah. We're cheering her on and we are in love with what she does. We're in love, that's the support in which we give. So when they say Wednesday, when you hear Wednesday, I want to grab it to that.
Is there any correlation?
No, you're just, I don't know. Don't know. I don't want to say the opposite because we're trying to be positive, you know, but I am surprised. I'm laughing so much because I know for everyone that has followed us, they know you, that you're always, Juma, you feel men. I have always said, I celebrate the men for you all are amazing. You do so much. Like you to keep it all together.
I think we're going to call it men Saturday.
No, there's nothing like that. Just concentrate on the Wednesday.
All right, while we're talking about the great African woman, there's a great African woman who has passed on, and we truly celebrate her, talking about Onyeka Onwenu, who passed on. Amazing woman, really beautiful, great voice, and giving us a lot of great songs.
Lots of great songs.
And I hope our producer can let us have a feel of Onyeka Onwenu, one of our greatest songs, One Love, Keep Us Together. And I think that's what Nigeria needs today, especially as we transit into August 1st. I think that term, One Love, Keep Us Together, is something everybody needs, both those who are for or against the protest. And One Love is all we need.
That's
and
all.
In the spirit of Onyeka Onwenu, I think the producer, let's have a feel of Onyeka Onwenu's song, One Love, Keep Us Together, as we celebrate her life, her times, and also the fact that we're indeed a very great country. Because if you look at both sides of the divide, everybody is on this for the sake of Nigeria.
Exactly.
Yeah, nobody's saying we don't want Nigeria. We're saying we want a better Nigeria. A better Nigeria.
Very
and I
true,
think that's very key.
That's very key. All of this is for the greater good of Nigeria and the greater good for our children to have something to hold on to when they ask the question, when things were going south, what did you do? Yeah. So you would say, okay, fine, there was a protest. We stood up.
Peaceful protest.
Peaceful protest, and the government swung into action and made things better. That is, it's all for the good of Nigeria. It's not for you because you're from Edo State or because I'm from the northern part or any part, or no, it has nothing to do with that. It's for the greater good of Nigeria because this is our country. We have to be patriotic to it. Like I tell people, when you go outside the shores of Nigeria, you will understand that it doesn't matter if we're going through tough times, because tough times don't last. Tough people do.
And we're tough.
We are so tough. We know that things are going to get better with time, and we know that by the grace of God, everything is going to be fine. When you go outside the shores of Nigeria, you understand that, gosh, I am so grateful. I am a Nigerian, and because of the freedom, and because of the freedom in which I enjoy, really, I am home. And because this is the country we have, we don't have any other country.
And I dare to say Nigeria has the finest colors in terms of the national flag. Green, white, green runs in my blood. I love those colors.
Yes, I do.
Very passionate about our dear country. So let's go for a quick break. When we return from this break, the program continues.
I love you. I want to marry you. I want you.
I want you too. But I had promised not to until after our marriage. I know you wait because you love me.
I love you.
I love you.
I'll wait.
If you love me, you will wait for me. My dear friend, let me there for your front. Take your time, oh, make you no spoiler. If you make children, are you ready to care? If you love life, you will plan and well. You dey hear me, sir? If you love me, you will wait for me. Having babies, no be joke. You go feed them, you go give them clothes, give them love too. If you never ready to carry the load, why put down for another person's head? Plenty children they say, insurance for old age. Papa said make we marry, Mama said make we born. Plenty children there, but no food to eat, my friend. This kind life, my so wahala. If you love me, you will wait for me. Happy parents, make happy children. Happy family, that's my happy country. Make you plan well, enjoy your life. Oh, if you love me, you go plan with me. If you love me, you go wait for me. Wait for me.
All right, that's a lady of songs, Onyeka Nwelu, who has passed on to the great beyond, truly celebrating her. It's now time for us to go to the Global AM News so that you get well informed. Stay with us.
It's time for sports' biggest moments on global television. The headlines, scores, breaking news, and commentaries on sporty events. Talking with the biggest players, strikers, and about the slam dunks and goals, stunning saves, near misses, and upsets. Let's talk about the greatest home runs, comebacks, knockdowns, and victories. Talk sports with the king of sports, Anthony Momodu. Weekdays, 10 a.m. Don't miss out.
Hello, children. Gather around, let me tell you a story. Do you know that stories have a way of captivating the minds of children, bringing fun and imagination to teach them morals? Join Sharon Ajay as she takes you to explore the thrilling and exciting world of storytelling.
I'll be sharing with you our next interesting story.
Tune in every Saturday on Global Television, time 5:30 p.m.
Is the desk on Global Television?
Nigeria. Come join Anthony Momadou on television's most compelling and facts-finding talk live show.
We are the Palestinians. Because
that this country gets it right.
Who are these bandits? It's The Decks on Global Television, where we analyze and dissect storming issues and commentaries in the world's biggest black nation, Nigeria.
Who is being held accountable for this money?
The eyes have it.
We stay and decide policies and reforms on The Decks. Tune in Mondays to Fridays, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Global Television. Let's stay on The Decks.
The Global Morning.
Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to AM News on Global Television. It's coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Jumai Manson. We'd like to remind you that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365. Now the news in full. President Bola Tinubu has directed the Tertiary Education Trust Fund to increase the number of modern hostels and tertiary institutions from 36 to 72 by the year 2025. The Executive Secretary, Ted Fund Sonny Echeno, discloses during a meeting with the leadership of the National Association of Nigerian Students. A statement released by the fund says the President's directive to the fund followed his plans to ensure industrial harmony in tertiary institutions. President Bola Tinubu has approved the creation of a youth secretariat for the Federal Capital Territory Administration. Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, made this known in Buhari Area Council during a town hall meeting to dissuade the youths of Buhari and Abuja Municipal Area Council from joining the planned nationwide strike against hardship in the country. Over now to the Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma has called on the Southern Nigerian Traditional Ruler Councils from the 17 states of the region to reach out to their northern counterparts to unite Nigeria. Uzodinma spoke at the inauguration of the council in Owerri, performed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who was represented by Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume. We'll bring you details later. The Director General of the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, Dr. Fatima Waziri, says human traffickers are exploiting the Japa syndrome. The disclosure was made during a town hall meeting with stakeholders marking the commencement of activities for the 2024 World Day Against Trafficking. Dr. Waziri explained that traffickers are preying on individuals desperate to leave Nigeria due to poor socio-economic conditions. The Federal Ministry of Health, in collaboration with the Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention, has inaugurated a National Infection Prevention and Control Technical Working Group to enhance healthcare safety across the country. Members of the committee were drawn from various agencies of the ministry, such as the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, Media Laboratories, Science Council of Nigeria, and the Center, as well as international organizations. The Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association, NAOWA, Nursery and Primary School at Sokoro, has commemorated the 19th edition of a speech prize giving and graduation ceremony. The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, has expressed concerns about the political tension in Edo State ahead of the September 21st governorship election in the state. Professor Yakubu said INEC would be meeting with security agencies to address the concerns. Yobe State government has directed all primary and secondary schools in the state to shut down academic activities from 31st July over the planned nationwide protests on the hardship and hunger scheduled to commence on August 1st, 2024. Directive was contained in a statement by the state's Commissioner of Basic and Secondary Education Associated, Professor Abba Idris, and signed by the Director, Schools Management, Bukka Modi in Damaturu. Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Umo Eno has reiterated the commitment of his administration to address some of the economic challenges facing the people in the state. The governor stated this at a town hall meeting with the youths and civil society organizations, as well as trade union members. He urged citizens in the state to remain calm and shun the planned protests. On their part, the representative of security agencies assured the people of their safety and advised all citizens to go about their businesses without fear. Now, ahead of the planned nationwide protest against bad governance due to commence from August 1st, the federal government has declared all its 256 custodial centers across the country as red zones. Rules sanctity must not be violated under any guise. Controller General of Corrections Haley Mbaba gave the warning in a statement in Abuja. A statement from the Ministry of Interior says a joint task force has been activated to provide extra security in and around custodial facilities nationwide. Moving on now, activist and human rights lawyer Deji Adeonju has urged the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tarid Lagbaja, to withdraw soldiers deployed across the Federal Capital Territory and other cities ahead of the proposed hunger protests. It is reported that the increased presence of security agents, including military personnel, within the Federal Capital Territory ahead of the proposed nationwide protest slated for August 1st to 10th. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors has issued a 2-week ultimatum to the government for the unconditional release of its member, Dr. Giniyat Popo Ola, who was kidnapped 7 months ago at the senior staff quarters of the National Eye Center, Kaduna. The association said industrial harmony cannot be guaranteed if her release is not secured within 2 weeks. The doctors made this known in a communique issued after its National Executive Council meeting considered from July 22nd to 27th, themed the Nigerian economy and its impact on residency, its impact, training, challenges and opportunities for a robust healthcare system. The National Agency for Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons has apprehended no fewer than 115 suspected human traffickers and rescued 75 victims in Akwa Ibom, Cross River, and River State. The zonal commander of the agency, Emmanuel Auhin, disclosed this in an interview in Uyo. The zone comprises Akwa Ibom, Cross River, and River State. Libya has repatriated 369 irregular migrants to their home countries in Nigeria and Mali, including more than 100 women and children. Mohamed Bareda, head of the Libyan Interior Ministry organization tasked with halting irregular migration, said 2 repatriation flights took place transporting 204 Nigerians and 165 Malians. Bareda said 9 babies, 18 minors, and 108 women were among the Nigerian irregular migrants. He said that the flights were carried out in coordination with the International Organization for Migration. You're watching AM News, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms by using Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. Now, when AM News return, 93 killed, dozen trapped in India landslides. We'll bring you this and other stories right after this break. Do stay with us. You're welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is Global Television, bringing you live broadcasts of AM News. Thank you for staying with us. On our business desk, the federal government said it has created centers across the country where Nigerians can purchase 50 kg bag of rice for 40,000 naira. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, revealed this while briefing correspondents on the outcome of the Federal Executive Council meeting presided over by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the State House, Abuja. Idris said this was one of the several initiatives by the Tinubu administration to ease living conditions for citizens. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has announced its goal to increase crude oil production to 2 million barrels per day by the end of the year. The country's daily production rose from 1.27 million barrels in June to 1.6 million in July. Speaking during a meeting with maritime stakeholders at the Nigerian Navy headquarters, the Group Managing Director of NNPCL, Mele Kyari, expressed optimism that the target will be met, emphasizing that NNPCL was fully committed to achieving it. Presented by Folorunsho Karim, Managing Director of Pipeline NNPCL, Kyari urged security agencies to continue their efforts against oil theft and pipeline vandalism to help the company meet its target. The importation of vehicles into Nigeria dropped from 28,024 units in the first quarter of 2023 to 10,991 units in the same quarter of 2024. Representing a 60.8% decrease, this was contained in Nigerian Ports Authority's performance report January to March 2024, which showed that Nigerian ports welcomed 251 ships in the first quarter of 2024, according to the documents. The figure represented a 4.3% decrease from 275 ships that visited the nation's seaport within the same period in 2023. The federal government has requested a $500 million loan from the World Bank to improve dam safety and enhance water resource management across the federation. This loan is expected to address the country's water security challenges and boost agricultural productivity through the sustainable power and irrigation of Nigerian project. The Senate Committee on Capital Market, the Security and Exchange Commission, and stakeholders in the capital market have agreed to evolve practicable strategies to address the issues of unclaimed dividends in the country. The agreement was reached at a one-day public hearing organized by the Senate panel to find a lasting solution to the issue. Apart from suggesting a further amendment to the Finance Act, stakeholders at the forum stressed the need for proper sensitization about the activities of the SEC. On our foreign decks now, Russia says it has extinguished a fire in an oil depot that blazed for 48 hours after Ukraine drone attack. Kyiv has hit dozens of Russian energy sites and oil depot over the last year in an escalation of attack inside Russia territory, something it seems as retribution for Moscow's arsenal bombardment of cities and power stations. Alexei Semnov, the Russian governor of the Kursk border region, said that rescuers have extinguished a fire at an oil depot. The United States have sanctioned 5 people and 7 companies in China and Iran, accusing them of aiding Tehran's ballistic missile and drone programs. The U.S. Treasury Department said in a statement that the sanctions targeted individuals and companies in China, Hong Kong, and Iran involved in procuring key components for subordinates of Iran's Ministry of Defense and Armed Forces Logistics. It added that the U.S. will continue to impose costs on those that facilitate Iran's ability to produce these deadly weapons. Over now to Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez has declined to testify in a graft investigation involving his wife, Bagona Gomez. The hearing took place at the Barcelona Palace, which Sánchez invoking his legal right not to testify against close family members, according to Spanish law. The season, which lasted approximately 20 minutes, saw Sánchez confronted by a judge, representatives from the prosecutor's office, and a lawyer from the far-right party, Vox. Marta Castro, a lawyer from Vox, confirmed the Prime Minister's refusal to answer questions, stating Sánchez invoked his right not to testify. Thousands of Palestinians, are returning to their homes in Khan Yunis after the Israel military said it has completed a week-long operation in the southern Gaza city. Israeli troops re-entered the city last week after officials said that Hamas was attempting to reassemble its forces there. Report says some 150,000 Palestinians were forced to flee their homes ahead of the operation. Security forces in Venezuela have fired tear gas and rubber bullets at the people protesting Sunday's disputed election result. Thousands of people descended on central Caracas, some working miles from slums on the mountains surrounding the city towards the presidential palace. Protests erupted in the Venezuelan capital the day after President Nicolas Maduro claimed victory. European Union Foreign Policy Chief Josep Borrell has condemned the use of excessive force against protesters in Bangladesh after days of violence that killed at least 206 people. The violence erupted after students rallied against civil service jobs, quote, this month, and the death toll based on police and hospital data includes several police officers. Critics have said the quota is used to stock public jobs with loyalists of the ruling Awami League party. Russian forces says they have captured another village in their offensive in Ukraine's eastern Donetsk region. The defense minister said Russia had liberated the village of Perndem on the outskirts of Toroktash, a larger town which Russian forces have advanced towards in recent months. Before Russia launched its full-scale military offensive in 2022, the village had a population of around 1,400 according to Ukrainian government estimates. At least 93 people have been killed and dozens are still feared trapped after heavy rains triggered massive landslides in the southern Indian state of Kerala. The landslide struck hilly areas in Wayanad district in the early hours. Rescue operations are underway but are being hindered by heavy rains and the collapse of a crucial bridge. Over now to sports. Napoli is reportedly ready to engage its talk with Chelsea over the player plus cash deal for Victor Osimhen this summer. As the Italian club seeks solution for the Nigerian striker's situation, the Blues have been on a spending spree this summer with Enzo Maraca overseeing a significant squad overhaul at Stamford Bridge. Rafael Varane has officially signed for Serie A club Como following his exit from Manchester United this summer. The 2018 World Cup winner left Old Trafford as a free agent on July 30th after the Red Devils opted not to trigger an extension on his contract. Fulham have agreed to €27 million deal with Arsenal for Emily Smith-Rowe. That also includes up to €7 million more in add-ons. Negotiations between the two clubs have been ongoing in recent weeks, with Arsenal first rejecting an initial bid as Crystal Palace also held interest in the playmaker. The agreement looks set to mark a new club record transfer fee for Fulham after they previously forked out €25 on the midfielder Jean-Michel Seri 6 years ago. And as we end the news, let's take a quick look at our top stories again. Tinubu approved the establishment of FCT Youth Secretariat. Libya deports 369 Nigerian Mali migrants. And in business, vehicle import crashes by 61%. Operators blame Forex crisis. And on the international scene, thousands of Palestinians return to Khan Yunis as IDF withdraws. In sports, Fulham agrees €27 million, Emily Smith-Rowe. And that's it on AM News, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. Remember, we're on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Can you follow us across all our social media platforms by using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. I am Jumai Manson. Thank you for watching. Good morning. Global Morning continues.
Ultimate destination for engaging political and economic matters. I am Uyi Agmofwebe.
And don't forget to include social discussions. Tune in every weekdays from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. I am Queen Agaba.
For insightful breakfast ideas, business summaries, sports highlights, international and local news perspective, I am Anthony Momodu.
Don't miss the in-depth analysis of current and political issues by the Global Morning team and experts. I am Jumai Manson.
Catch Global Morning here on Global Television. Getting on the action. I am Edikan Michael.
We are
the Global Morning team.
For an insightful idea that takes the center stage and the conversation that gets beyond the headlines, to explore the lasting impact of political decisions, Big Talk got you covered. From policy debates to geopolitical insights, from thought-provoking discussions to actionable insight.
What is the real responsibility of government?
Big Talk delves deep into the heart of the matter. Join us weekdays on global televisions from 6:30 p.m. for a reverting journey into the heart of politics, where we dissect issues shaping our society.
With every government and introduction of new policies, businesses of all kinds and sizes seize the opportunity to evolve and redefine themselves. Business Point on Global Television is where we follow the money and put the facts and figures right in front of you. Watch Business Point every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. as Kikelamo Okeri tracks all the latest developments across critical sectors. Business Point. This is business.
Are you ready to be entertained like never before? Get ready to dive into the latest and greatest entertainment news in lifestyle, music, movies, birthday celebration, and so much more, all on Entertainment Circle on Global Television. From the hottest red carpet event to exclusive interviews with your favorite stars, we've got you covered. Stay up to date with the latest trends and news from the entertainment world, all in one place. Tune in every Saturday by 1 p.m. with Chung Animal Joseph on Global Television.
In an ever-busy world, the increasing challenge of keeping track of health matters can be extremely demanding. Follow the latest health tips and trends on Health Guide on Global Television on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Health Guide on Global Television. Put your health first. Get ready for it. Inside Today brings you issues relating to family, peer pressure, drugs, substance abuse, societal and topical issues making rounds. Join Jumaine Manson on Global Television Monday to Thursday and a repeat every Friday. Time 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Don't miss out.
Are you a food lover? Do you care about your health and nutrition? Are you interested in exploring the diverse culinary traditions from around the world? Then look no further. Introducing Lunch Global on Global Television, a show that takes you on a delicious journey through the world of food, nutrition, and diet. So, whether you're a seasoned foodie, a health enthusiast, or simply curious about the world of food, Lunch Global has something for everyone. Tune in Mondays to Fridays and let your taste bud take you on a journey of flavor, culture, and discovery on Lunch Global. Bon appetit!
Time check. It's midday. Then it's Midday Discourse. Midday Discourse is a program that covers trending local and international news, current issues, and human-related topics. Join Samuel Odi weekdays 1 p.m. on Global Television. The discussion starts here.
It's time for sports' biggest moments on Global Television. The headlines, scores, breaking news, and commentaries on sporty events. Talking with the biggest players, strikers, and about the slam dunks and goals, stunning saves, near misses, and upsets. Let's talk about the greatest home runs, comebacks, knockdowns, and victories. Talk sports with the king of sports, Anthony Momodou. Weekdays, 10 a.m. Don't miss out.
Hello, children. Gather around, let me tell you a story. Do you know that stories have a way of captivating the minds of children, bringing fun and imagination to teach them morals? Join Sharon Ajay as she takes you to explore the thrilling and exciting world of storytelling.
I'll be sharing with you our next interesting story.
Tune in every Saturday on Global Television, time 5:30 p.m.
Is the desk on Global Television?
Nigeria. Come join Anthony Momodu on television's most compelling and facts-finding talk live show.
We are the Palestinians. We are the Canaan because
that this country gets it right.
Who are these bandits?
It's the Dex on Global Television, where we analyze and dissect storming issues and commentaries in the world's biggest black nation, Nigeria.
Who is being held accountable for this money?
The eyes have it.
We stay and decide policies and reforms on the Dex. Tune in Mondays to Fridays, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Global Television. Let's stay on the Dex.
Global Morning is your ultimate destination for engaging political and economic matters. I am Uyi Agmofrebe.
And don't forget to include social discussions. Tune in every weekdays from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. I am Queen Agaba.
For insightful breakfast ideas, business summaries, sports highlights, international and local news perspective, I am Anthony Momodu.
Don't miss the in-depth analysis of current and political issues by the Global Morning team and experts. I am Jumai Manson.
Catch Global Morning here on Global Television, getting on the action. I am Edikan Michael.
We are
the Global Morning team.
For an insightful idea that takes the center stage and the conversation that gets beyond the headlines, to explore the lasting impact of political decisions, Big Talk got you covered. From policy debates to geopolitical insights, from thought-provoking discussions to actionable insight.
What is the real responsibility of government?
Big Talk delves deep into the heart of the matter. Join us weekdays on Global Televisions from 6:30 p.m. for a reverting journey into the heart of politics, where we dissect issues shaping our society.
With every government and introduction of new policies, businesses of all kinds and sizes seize the opportunity to evolve and redefine themselves. Business Point on Global Television is where we follow the money and put the facts and figures right in front of you. Watch Business Point every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. as Kikelamo Okeri tracks all the latest developments across critical sectors. Business Point, this is business.
Are you ready to be entertained like never before? Get ready to dive into the latest and greatest entertainment news in lifestyle, music, movies, birthday celebration, and so much more, all on Entertainment Circle on Global Television. From the hottest red carpet event to exclusive interviews with your favorite stars, we've got you covered. Stay up to date with the latest trends and news from the entertainment world, all in one place. Tune in every Saturday by 1 p.m. with Chung Annabelle Joseph on Global Television.
In an ever-busy world, the increasing challenge of keeping track of health matters can be extremely demanding. Follow the latest health tips and trends on Health Guide on Global Television on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Health Guide on Global Television. Put your health first. Get ready for it. Inside Today brings you issues relating to family, peer pressure, drugs, substance abuse, societal and topical issues making rounds. Join Jumai Manson on Global Television Monday to Thursday and it repeats every Friday. Time 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Don't miss out.
Are you a food lover? Do you care about your health and nutrition? Are you interested in exploring the diverse culinary traditions from around the world? Then look no further. Introducing Lunch Global on Global Television, the show that takes you on a delicious journey through the world of food, nutrition, and diet. So, whether you're a seasoned foodie, a health enthusiast, or simply curious about the world of food, Lunch Global has something for everyone. Tune in Mondays to Fridays and let your taste bud take you on a journey of flavor, culture, and discovery on Lunch Global. Bon appetit!
Time check. It's midday. Then it's midday discuss. Midday
All right, welcome back. You're still watching Africa's Finest Breakfast Show, Global Morning, and we're still excited about today being African Women's Day celebrated, and I've got an African queen by my side as we also celebrated one of them that has passed to the great beyond. Talking about Onyeka Onwenu.
Yes, she is an icon. She was born on the 31st of January 1952. She was a Nigerian singer, songwriter, actress, human rights and social activist. She was a journalist, politician, and former X Factor series judge, dubbed the Elegant Stallion by the Nigerian press. She was a former chairperson of the Imo State Council of Arts and Culture. Now, in 2023, she was appointed the Executive Director, Chief Executive Officer of the National Center for Women Development. Onyeka Onwenu was an icon. Lovely music from Iyo Go.
That's my favorite track.
That's my favorite track. And then One Love Keep Us Together. And that is what we need right now in Nigeria. We need one love, because we do not know what this protest will hold. But whatever it is, let it be peaceful, let it be civil. And remember, one love is what will keep Nigeria together. Let's quickly listen to a song by Onyeka Onwenu, One Love Keep Us Together.
Don't be sad, understand. Everybody has a day when the sun stays away. Take heart in a new tomorrow. A little more love between makes for a brighter day. Never need worry, let one love set you free. One love, keep us together. Living in a world, it's a struggle just staying alive. One love, keep us together. Living in a world, it's a struggle just staying alive. Somebody tell me, oh, why do we fight it? One love can set us free if we just let it be. Take heart in a brand new day. Good love is all we need to take the clouds away. Never need worry if you just let it be. One love, keep us together. Living in a world, it's a struggle just staying alive. One love, keep us together. Living in a world, it's a struggle just staying alive.
One love, keep us together.
Okay,
Living in the world.
Nigeria's Got Talent too. I'm the judge here.
That was one of my best songs. Like Onyeka Onwenu just takes it to a whole new level. Like those songs bring people together. So much
We
love.
call this kind of songs classic,
This-
evergreen.
yeah.
Every time you listen to it, it makes loads of sense.
Ah.
It's a reason to want to hold on, to believe in love, and I think that's
Unity,
what Nigeria-
unity and peace.
That's what Nigeria needs right now.
That's what we
especially
need.
as we head to August 1st. Across the 36 states of the Federation, we need love.
Yes, we do.
The special shout out to all the parents everywhere in the country, and especially to the parents of all the queens in Nigeria. So for me, I have one. That's why that's there.
No. I don't want to always praise I'm happy, your wife, and all of that. But it's good.
You know, I just wanted to give a shout out to one man, amazing man, Mr. Ibrahim.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Good shout to Daddy and Mom and everyone doing good things out there.
All right. Now let's move on talking about Onyeka Onwenu, her songs, and the classic that it brings to our ears. And the truth is, bringing each and every one of us together in unity, and that's what we need right now in Nigeria, one love. Like we mentioned, that Nigeria is all about Nigeria and the love with which comes out of Nigeria. We need to come together in harmony, unity, to know that it's only love that can bind us together.
I think the government on their own part also have a very good role to clay for such things to happen. You cannot preach unity and love when your love is one-sided.
Very true. Very true.
The love just for the elite. It has to be love for everybody, the masses included. But enough of love. We can never get enough of love and unity, because that's what the country needs right now. It's also time for us to run into the newspaper review segment of the show, where we look at all the big stories making the rounds on national dailies, and we'll go for a quick break. When we return, we'll be looking at what the papers are saying this morning. Wait on, you see the big headlines from the Vanguard, the Guardian, and other papers.
Stay tuned. The Daily Independent,
let's go there.
And then the Daily Independent, the top caption on the Daily Independent says 2.5 million debt as passengers stranded as Nina grounds Arik aircraft. Now, Catholic bishop blames protests on government's negligence of Nigerians. And below the Daily Independent says organizers IGP Egbetokun disagrees on confirmed protest. And of course, we have three kickers there. It says protesters ask IGP for details of officers to protect them. And it says court restricts protests in Lagos to Freedom Peace Park. And it says hoodlums threaten to deal with protesters in Lagos.
All right, we have other headlines that says federal government declares custodial centers red zones, warns protesters not to go close. Very important, federal government declares custodial centers red zones, warns protesters not to go close. One of the headlines. That's just to avert any jailbreaks and all that, which might be something some of those hoodlums and very nefarious groups might want to take advantage of.
Yeah, very true, Anthony.
I think the security agencies on their own path also have to be very, very
vigilant. It's extremely, like I said, a lot of people want to hijack.
It should be a peaceful protest.
A civil and peaceful one, very important. And then the next paper we're looking at is the Daily Trust. And it says organizers meet IGP, insist on street protest, and basically that's the biggest caption on the Daily Trust. So go out and get a copy of the Daily Trust, and of course you can see that caption on page 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper.
All right, let's go to the next papers and see what they are saying.
Leadership
newspaper, the leading headlines there.
And on the Leadership newspaper, above it says crisis in Senate as Ndume refuses office relocation. And then Kingibe says, I am willing to work with Wike if, and of course you have to go out and get your Leadership paper. You can see that on page 21. And below the Leadership caption, there says 2.5 billion debt, local airfare may increase as federal government grounds Arik air.
All right, we've got 24 hours to go. Regional leaders reject planned hunger protest. 24 hours to go. Regional leaders reject planned hunger protest is one of the leading headlines there. That's very interesting. Planned hunger protest. I think the federal government would prefer hunger protest. Probably sit at home, or probably they could adopt the pattern of indoor protest. You don't have to go out.
Exactly.
Just protest in your own street, in your own home, just by placing a placard and hashtag, send something on social media. That could be another way.
Sit at home.
Yeah, that could be a very tactical and civil way to announce your protest. So,
yeah,
what are headlines?
Yes, I do, but it's still on the leadership. We have riders there. We have about 4 riders, and it says here 9 Niger Delta states back out, and here it says federal government declares prisons, red zones, and conveners reject IGP's verified protest proposal. And it says 4,200 policemen deployed in Abuja. You can see that on page 4.
It's very interesting, the story that talks about Ndume rejecting his office relocation. I think it's turning out to become